morning. Good morning to you. This is Coffee Talk on a Friday morning at 8:02 in the morning. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Hopefully your day started off on the right note. If not, we're going to do our best to get you there. A live look outside. This is a shot from our Tower Cam network. We're taking you to the tourist district. It is beautiful. It's like a sun-kissed morning there, isn't it? I love that. No matter where in Central Florida you are, it looks great. And may I add, feels great. We're sitting right now in the 60s in Marion County. You made it down to 66 degrees in Ocala. Like, no joke, 66. It was 70 in the Villages, 75 degrees in Sanford, 77 in St. Cloud. So, yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful morning. Still is a beautiful, beautiful morning. That said, though, I do want to point out our first warning live Doppler radar where we are tracking areas of rain. Not in Marion County, not at all, but over here to Brevard County, watching ribbon of heavier stuff. We'll take you in a little closer. Titusville, up through about the Kennedy Space Center, right? I'll bring it full screen. You don't need to see my noggin. A couple of these showers kind of slipping away from Titusville over to Indian River City. There's Port St. John, a little bit of rainfall, Indianola, and then back over here toward Port Canaveral, Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, eventually getting in on some of those showers, if not already, and then working down toward Cocoa Beach. Speaking of those areas, let me take you back to the tower cam. There's Port Canaveral. We see the darker skies over, right? Let me take you over to the Kennedy Space Center. And yeah, I mean, there's that downpour just pouring down. This is from the NBC booth at the Kennedy Space Center. I've covered many a launch here, and it's a beautiful view, particularly when it's sunny. When it's cloudy and kind of dreary like this, here we are, right? So we've got a little bit of rain around. Looking at the 12-hour forecast, notice 10-20% coverage of these coastal downpours this morning, and then we'll kind of go a little wider spread coverage of rain later today. So we've got that going for us, all right? Questions about our morning so far? Yeah. Matt says, good news is you aren't talking to yourself today. Dude, I literally just had to check because, and I will also tell you, I'm in the waiting room to get the new iPhone. So if you see me pause myself for a second, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. We do Coffee Talk 7 days a week. And when they schedule the new release at 8 a.m., I'm going to have to do it. I pre-ordered everything. I think I just need to click the go button. So if that happens while we're doing Coffee Talk together, just a heads up, I'm going to pause with y'all. But yes, at least I'm not talking to myself, right? Yukon, good morning. I said Melbourne didn't get there. It was a nice day, not humid. And this morning still not humid. And this morning is still very nice. Yukon, I'm sorry. I'm not quite understanding what you're typing. I think you're saying it's nice. Yeah. Debbie says, good morning. Oh, okay. You're talking to somebody else. What a beautiful fake fall we're having. Kara says, yeah, this is fake fall. And I don't mind saying it. And I don't mind it either because at the end of the day, it still feels great. Yeah, this weekend, the forecast taking us the next couple of days does include this fake fall. And I'm here for it, right? Lower morning humidity, daytime highs will get back into the mid 80s, not 90s. And yes, we'll get those showers, maybe some thunder showers, but this feels great. And I, for one, am all about it. So if you've got plans out and about this weekend, I'm happy to report that while, yes, we did have to dial up the rain opportunity just a little bit, it's still looking really, really nice. 40% coverage of showers, highs in the upper 80s. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Couple of showers, but it feels nice. Now, let's talk muggy meter here for a second, okay? For this morning, the muggy meter puts things in the comfy category with dew points sitting in the mid to upper 60s around town. As a matter of fact, let's dial up the dew point temperatures. Stand by. Check out. It just came through. There's your dew points. Delivered. That's fine. That's fine. Place the order. Told you to be quick. Placing the order now. All right, there it is. Done. All right. Phone is ordered. All right. So the I look up though, dew point temperature has climbed back into the humid category for Orlando. That is so interesting. Dew points were in the mid 60s in Ocala, and look at how quickly we've brought that dew point back up. Now, I will add that we knew it was going to happen. It happened admittedly a little quicker than I had suspected. Dew point will end up hanging today in the lower 70s for the metro, but those dew point readings do come down a bit for Sunday into Monday. So we're on our way, right? Fake fall will continue. It will these next couple of days. And then we get right back, into that blasted heat and humidity and all that fun stuff. But it's Friday night football, and truth be told, like this is the game of the week that we're covering. This is Jones and Edgewater for Friday night hits. Of course, Wesh 2 covers all high school football like no one else can, and it's going to be a great evening for it. It's alumni night at my high school, so looking forward to that. But yeah, we'll have a couple of showers around, as I had mentioned. So let's do this. Let's dial up Futurecast and get an idea about those showers together, shall we? Let me get it loaded up. All right, so here we are. Give it a second. It's loading. It's loading. It's thinking. Okay, perfect. All right, so here we are, 10:30 this morning, still with the coastal showers, right? Watch 11, 12 o'clock, still with the coastal rains. 1, 2 o'clock, starting to see more trying to move inland. 4, 5 o'clock, not bad, but 5, 6 o'clock, there's a decent coverage of rain through the metro, right? It's not going to be everybody, but there's going to be a decent opportunity for rain through the metro. And then from there, we start to watch 7, 8, 9 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock, right? And then we're just back to the coastal showers. So basically, the rain coverage is highest in our eastern areas today. The further west you live, or the further west you go, you're looking much drier. And while those dew point temperatures have come up this morning compared to where they were early this morning, I'm just curious, like, where was it? Hold on. Okay. All right. 5 minute raw. Okay. So dew point. So the dew point in Orlando was down to 69. Yeah. So the dew point hung at 69 for a good part of the morning. I just wanted to look in Ocala. Okay. OCF. Because I feel like the Ocala dew point came up quick. Yeah, so the Ocala dew point got to 66.2 and the air temperature dropped to 66.2. And then it has started to climb again and it's back to 68, 69. It's been hanging around 69.8 and 70, the dew point at least. So humidity has come up just a little. It's still comfortable, but the dew point has crept up just a little bit. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Debbie says priorities, new iPhone. I know. I'm sorry. Hey, listen. I guess I am working, so I am getting paid to do coffee talk today, but I digress. Had to order it. Climate wise, it trips me out how different Melbourne and Ocala can be at any given time. Yeah, so one of the things, so as you may or may not know, I'm working on the new graphics package. We launched another station yesterday. Here, I'll put up the 7 day. But like we do 2 7 days here, and I think more and more stations are starting to do that. Right? Here's the inland 7 day. High temperatures mid to upper 80s. Here's the coastal 7 day, high temperatures mid 80s. And so some stations in our group are starting to discuss like how do we do that but with one graphic. And so that's kind of what we've been working on has been, is there a way to do two 7 days on one screen. We've definitely been kind of looking at trying to figure out ways to do that. So anyway, that's what we've been working on. I do want to share this.
This is creatine monohydrate, one of the most researched fitness supplements of all time. And both supplements.
Another really nice day on the way. Of course, the dry days continue to pile up at this point.
I'm excited to say this is a look in from our station in Manchester, New Hampshire. This is WMUR debuting our new graphics package up there. And what's even more impressive about it is the fact that they have been on a separate graphics package than the rest of the company since we launched a corporate graphics package in 2012. They've been on a rings package, so it's like looking at them doing what we call the diagrid is wild. It's very trippy for me. So I'm super proud of my friends up there that have gone ahead and launched this. Very, very excited to continue to see how they evolve this new graphics package and on to the next group of stations. So yeah, the next group of stations may or may not include your favorite Central Florida station for launch. But anyway, I also want to point out as we're looking at this, just and by the way, Kevin Skrupa, this meteorologist, you only saw him for a moment. I replaced him down in West Palm Beach. So there's also this kind of fun dynamic of like I took over his nickname down in Palm Beach. Look when they get to it, look at their 7-day forecast and the graphics. Weekend play. Oh, look at that. They're using the golf background, which is, by the way, that background is AI. All right, that. Look at those numbers. Highs in the 70s, morning lows, what? In the 50s? Yeah, I put that background in their box yesterday. So we were building it right up to the moment of launch. But anyway, so congratulations to my colleagues at WMUR. You did a fantastic, fantastic job. Can't wait to see that graphics package show up, but Coffee Talk's gonna get a whole look too, because it is what it is. But anyway, I digress. So congratulations to them. All right. Let's import those temps. Lisa says, I thought for a second I might have hit the wrong news feed. Seriously, relocated here 4 years ago, and that is the New Hampshire. Yeah, that's the New Hampshire channel. That's one of our stations. No one covers New Hampshire like they do. Also, let's import those temps, right? They have real fall up there. They do. Any movement in the tropics, Victoria's asking. So, yes, we have a tropical wave that's coming off the coast of Africa. That tropical wave has a medium 40% likelihood of developing. We're going to have to look at the models, though, after I do this big weather forecast in a couple of minutes' time, because my TV hit is coming up. Let me see how far out it is. I know it's coming up, and I need to get set up for that. So let's see here. This is when I do the morning show with y'all. If you've watched Coffee Talk a while, I just apologize profusely because that's who I am. But anyway, while I'm going and getting that set up, yeah, it has a 40% likelihood of developing. The idea is that see that recurvature. So the line is where it's expected to move, and then that orange box is where it's expected to develop. And if you notice that overall motion essentially is a bit of a recurvature. And the idea here, and the models show it, and like I said, we'll talk about the models once I finish up, doing the TV stuff. But the overall idea is that yes, while it does recurve, it does also develop. So there's that. Yes, we're going to go on a field trip. Any hypers calling that a wave of hurricane yet? I've seen a few. I'm here, correct?
Hey, friends.
Oh, say hello.
Happy Friday. Hey, Coffee Talk.
There's not a story before. Oh, guys, come over here real fast. Come over here real fast. Can I show you? I'm going to show the construction because they took down the Dexter Morgan plastic. We're going to be able to, from the studio. God, I hope the boss doesn't get mad at me for doing this. It's too late now. We're going to see the sun, y'all. Which is going to really mess up the lighting, by the way. All right, let's get ready for TV. Stand by.
Customer of Adams Jewelry, you're asked to contact the store as many of their customer records were lost.
All right, stand by.
Well, after three delays this week, SpaceX finally launched a Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. If you missed it last night at 7:59, come look at your screen. Here it is. It carried a communication satellite into orbit.
So I had a couple of friends message me about this.
Yeah.
They're like, if it was that loud of a rumble,
Yeah.
can you imagine what Starship's going to be like?
Ooh,
Oh my
That
goodness.
beast.
when that happens.
Yeah.
Just
Watching.
one of those things.
Thought, I know, it's
Yeah.
really exciting. What is also exciting? The fall temperatures.
Yeah.
Fall.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, you're originally from Canada.
Yeah. Up north.
You've been in a Floridian for a billion years at this
A
point.
long time now.
Do you miss the like September chill?
I do. I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Just a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
Is this enough of a little bit?
Not yet.
I get you.
We'll
But
get it
getting
eventually.
close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are.
close.
Yeah. We're gonna get there, and then the atmosphere pulls it right back
Right.
away from us. But we woke up this morning to the mid 60s in Ocala. Look at the temperatures in Marion County the next couple of days, staying in the 60s. So humidity has come down, and reality-wise, we've got a stretch of great weather. We're calling this fake fall for lack of a better term, but it's fake fall number one. We're gonna have a few additional rounds. 69 up that way in Marion County now, 70 degrees in the Villages, 73 in Claremont, and 75 in Orlando. It feels great. Even along the Space Coast where we have had some rains, it's still a beautiful morning. Tower Cam Network looking over toward Camping World Stadium. It's gorgeous. Daytona Beach. We've got clouds offshore because there are offshore showers and thunder showers. Now down here in Brevard, watching the heavier batches of rain starting to retreat again. And it's kind of interesting. They've been popping in and then retreating, popping in and then retreating. And as a matter of fact, I'm curious to see if this little band here decides to pop into like New Smyrna, Bethune area and then pop back out. Either way, the rest of town is quiet. Brevard's just dealing with the rainfall. So clouds and a few showers, 20% coverage of coastal showers through the day. Then into about dinner time, bedtime, we'll bring more rains in. Here's Futurecast to back that up. 10:30, 11 o'clock, coastal showers. Watch early afternoon. We start bringing in some of that moisture to the I-4 Metro through about 6 o'clock. And then 7, 8 o'clock, just kind of pushing it all back to the south or back over to the beaches. It's Friday, which means Friday night hits. We cover it all for you on West 2 News tonight. Game of the week is Jones and Edgewater. A few showers around for the beginning at least, or around the beginning of the game. All the pomp and circumstance, marching bands, color guards, all this sort of thing. But things look better and better looking ahead to the game itself. 7-day forecast showing that lowered humidity impacting not just the rain coverage, but the temperatures. Highs in the upper 80s, mid 80s in some spots. Morning lows in the 70s. Coastal 7-day forecast looking pretty good as well. Temperatures hanging out in the mid 80s. Hopefully that morning commute looks just as good. Here's Paola with more.
Good morning, Eric. Good morning, everyone.
All right. So let's look at some models. We've got a couple of seconds here. Eric has a spike hair in the back. Oh, yeah, I'm getting a haircut after the noon show today, so that's why it looks like a mess. All right, computer models. Hit that, perfect. Okay, all right, computer models. Here we are, American GFS model. I got to turn the volume up. American GFS model. So first off, wide shot. There's the developing wave. Watch it recurve. And then while it's recurving, looks like a little piece of moisture kind of trying to develop around South Florida and then pull away. And then boom, look at that recurvature right there. So yeah, we're fine. The GFS has backed off, if you notice, on that idea around the 18th, 19th, 20th of something popping up in the Gulf. That's why computer models are guidance, not gospel, and consistency breeds confidence, right? Because you see a trend, watch it. But if it's just a couple of runs, it's like you and I. We have an idea, and then we realize this is a terrible idea, right?
Christina, you have a shoot at 10, right?
Computer models are no different. So, there's that. All right, let's look over to the European. Let's re-rack it.
I just want to make sure.
We'll go out to the basin view. Da, 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 da. The European is on board trying to develop that wave in the central Atlantic. Look at that, though. The European has something else trying to develop into the Caribbean, kind of staying south, weakening, and then at the very end, it's hanging out south there. I just want to look and see if but it's not there in the 12Z run. It's just there in the most recent. So it's not even a trend. So the models are showing activity. They are not agreeing with where that activity should be. So for now, we know this. There's one area to watch in the tropics, has a medium 40% likelihood of developing. Otherwise, the rest of the Atlantic basin is nice and quiet. That is the only area to watch. Love that for us. All right. Questions about the tropics, my friends? This is good news. I love seeing it. I love seeing it. Let's see here. Do you have a countdown clock or something? How do you know how long to talk? So, Carol, yes, there is a countdown clock. I'll show it to you my next hit. How does that sound? Let's see here. No earpiece in during forecasts on TV. Oh, yeah, no, I wear an earpiece. I wear it. Why is it called recurve and not just curve? I wish I had an answer for you. I don't really have a good answer for you. I may have to go look that one up. Honest to goodness. Wow. I really don't know. How funny. I've done this for 25 years. I don't have an answer for that. Debbie, the Bay of what? The Bay of Campeche? Is that what you're looking for? You didn't on this last hit. Sure, I did. No? Did it fall out of my ear? I thought I had it in my ear. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it could have fallen out of my ear. I don't know. All right. Back to our 7-day forecast. Just talk about our local forecast, that humidity coming down. Yeah, we can just chat. We don't need to talk about weather. We can talk about anything. Probably should just be curve. Recurve would be turning to head backward. And my eyes are cross-eyed. Oh, it was out, Cheryl? How funny. I totally missed it. Who knew? How funny. All right. Y'all have any questions, comments, concerns about anything at all? How we doing? We good? Any big plans this weekend? There's no UCF football. It's funny. When we were talking about the CW18 football game, they've got the Bulls and the Hurricanes, and it's like doesn't look like they had any idea that this was going to be as big of a game as it is, right? Right? Yesterday, the GFS showed a low off the Yucatan in the 20th. No longer a thing today. It's not. Yeah, it even pointed out it's not a thing like it was yesterday. So that's great. That's great. Love that for us. Absolutely love that for us. Yeah. Ashley says coastal 7-day, please. I'm sure you already showed it, but I was late. You're late. But yes, I got you covered. I got you, boo. All right, here's a 7-day forecast for our coastal communities. Not as warm, but we're going to keep the same idea of showers around, right? High temperatures in the mid 80s. Plenty of showers along the coast today. And then rain coverage kind of goes down just a little bit the next couple of days. So, yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. USF has been a force to be reckoned with this season. Should be a good game. Oh, it will. Where you going? Where you going? Oh, you taking a break?
Yeah.
Look at this guy. The rest of us working. Oh, sorry. Oh, look, this is Alan taking a break. Are you making calls? Making beat calls? Oh, okay. All right. So this is the Today Show cut in here.
And the breaking news is in Orange County where deputies are investigating a deadly double shooting. This is a
What I'll do is when I'm wrapping, I'll show you. So this is the timeline. This is for the producer cut in, and that's the actual cut in time. So the producer's timer and the actual cut in timer. Your earpiece isn't in. It's in. Okay, thanks, Nat. It'd help if I would load the correct hit. This is why we have a weather cart here, because your boy forgot. All right. Yeah.
slowdowns here on I-4 westbound. This is in the Lake Mary area. This is right here, Lake Mary Boulevard. You can see that slow moving traffic westbound. So definitely give yourself a little bit of time if you're out there.
Good morning to you, Paola. Starting off with lower humidity, but there are some areas of rain here in Brevard County, fading little bit by little bit. But through the day today, building up through the afternoon to a 50% coverage of rain. High temperatures working in the upper range of the 80s, and will be morning lows in the 70s. So there's your timer. That's how that works. The laptop doesn't like being over there. I don't have any dropped frames, so if it was buffering, yeah, hate to say it, it's on your side. Does this coffee count? Does this coffee talk count as a break, or is it working? I mean, I'm doing TV. So yeah, this is working. Where are we going, Ernesto? I know I'm good, baby.
You're at the key and then I'm at the key.
Roger, thank you. All right. Stand by one. New Smyrna Beach. Haven't showed that one yet this morning. At least tight. All right, let's go do another one. I don't have a problem. No buffers here. Yeah. So it was a localized buffer issue on somebody's computer.
Right out on
All right.
Teachers may be in trouble for sharing their thoughts on the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
You forgot because you were adjusting your earpiece. Got it. I mean, take us along with your lives. Well, thank you. Thank you. Tower Cam to Tub. See, I don't have to do that anymore.
His promise as he steps into the people.
Good Friday morning, everyone. It is 8:30. Praise and happy, but it's still not.
We are starting off Friday morning with the first meteorologist Eric Burris, and the temperatures certainly smile on our faces.
We woke up to the mid 60s in spots this morning. So I'm not saying that we're in fall, but throw in a little fake fall in there. Yeah, I'm okay seeing all those memes showing up on the social channels. Either way, though, rough surf, high risk of rip currents at the area beaches. That's a live look in at our Tower Cam network. This is Ponce Inlet, kind of looking up through the shores toward Daytona Beach. Just down the shoreline, watching some pockets of rain, though it is retreating a little bit. So little bit by little bit, as the sun angle gets higher, we'll warm the temperatures up, we'll fade some of these coastal rains, and we'll just enjoy life. We were at 66 this morning in Ocala. You're now at 71. It's 77 in Orlando. So the temperatures are definitely on their way up. We'll continue working to about 86 degrees today and work up to about a 50% coverage of seeing passing showers, even a couple of downpours, and can't rule out a few flashes of lightning. We'll talk more about that forecast and check the tropics in just a couple of minutes. First, let's get over to Paola Tristan Neruda and look at the roads. Did you notice Eric's posture change right before the hit started? What did I do? Is it bad? Did I do something bad? Suck it in, stand up straight. I mean, maybe that is what I did. Did I do that? Is that what I did? Interesting. Let me show you. I want to show you the newsroom again, though. When is the new studio supposed to be done? So we're in the studio. That's not a thing, but it's the newsroom. So let me take you over. Where is she? Okay, I need to stay out of Christina's way here. I stood tall. I faked good posture. All right. So the wonderful construction folks are doing their stuff, and you could tell that we're not allowed to go because we have this highly produced sign. But yeah, so they're working in there. They're doing all kinds of fun stuff. The thing that I'm super excited about is the fact that we'll be able to see my microphone. We'll be able to see the sunlight from the new newsroom, right? Like that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. That's going to be really nice. No, you just stood up a little more formal. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'll take that. I faked good posture. Well, anybody that knows me knows I'm not I am not a person, a model of good posture at all. Lisa, windows, right? Yeah. I crotch, but you're trying to fit in the weather screen. No, I just have bad posture. That's all it is. Why does construction take so long? I don't have an answer for that. But you're right, it is taking a while. Melissa says it's so pretty. I feel like it's going to be just gorgeous. When it's done, I think it's gonna be gorgeous. Yeah. Ugh. It's like take your kids to work day, right? So anyway. The thing that sticks out to me after Irma was the smell of rotting vegetation that burned your nose for weeks. Interesting. I remember the glass. So I was at the weather pod here, and here I'll show you my view. So I remember for Irma, I was standing right here at this pod, and the glass going to the news. Look at that! I'm gonna have a view outside. Love that. But I remember the glass between the newsroom and the studio fogged up because so much moisture was getting into the studio. Irma tore up the roof to this building badly. That's my memory. Ugh, really. Kratos 8 years ago. Good gravy. Look at that. Trish says sunlight in the newsroom is amazing. The ones I've worked in felt cavish. I mean, this one was cavish. I mean, there were always some windows going into the offices, but yeah, a lot of sunlight will be nice. Though that will be interesting if we start hitting sunlight into the studio here. Like that may mess with things, but that's not my problem, so I'm not going to worry about it at all. All right. Questions, comments, concerns about our forecast? Anything at all? You guys good? Are we just hanging out? My memory of Irma was not having power for 2 weeks. Yikes. Lisa Ann. And we are the kids? I mean, if you're the kid, you get to ask for $50. Yeah. Light lighting will be fun. Fill light with the yeah, not my problem. Yeah. If you think that this is a cave, you should have seen the original too. No, I don't think this is a cave at all. And as a matter of fact, when I worked at another station off of South Street and 408 earlier in my career, that one, the original was a bit of a cave. So anyway, yeah. When Eric does the weather in the new room, it's raining, folks. Look out the window. Yeah, that's funny. All right, that's all I got. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys get out of here. It's Friday. Go do something with your life, would you? Be the sunshine in someone else's day. All right. I'll talk to you on. Let's see. I'm here on CW 18 through 10 a.m. and then I'm back for West 2 News at noon. Sound good? All right.